This section we're dealing with protective clothing, and as in all trades, the equipment and tools that you have to do the job are very important, and in beekeeping particularly the protection from bee stings and the control of bees is the aim of the beekeeper. So one must never take shortcuts with the quality or standard of equipment or gear that you're using to operate your bees, because bees can get very angry, get very nasty, and if you haven't got the proper tools or equipment to control them, then you will lose control and lose heart in beekeeping. So particularly new beekeepers, they should have a full set of equipment such as what we have here, and this comprises of a full-length bee suit is the first requirement, and I'm going to ask Sokovi here to put that on to demonstrate how it goes. You'll note that the bottom of the legs have elastic which seal around your boots. You can wear those sorts of boots, which are ideal, or you can wear normal rubber boots, gum boots. Either is okay, but the elastic in the bottom is protecting him from bees walking up. The suit itself is more or less like a set of combination overalls, but they're specially designed for beekeeping. There's a large zipper here that runs up to the top, and then the hood comes over and it zips round also. And at the top here there's a Velcro cover, which is important to keep it closed. Pull the zips right up and then close down that Velcro cover, which makes the suit bee proof. So now we have a complete protection for face, body, except for hands. For the hands we use gloves which have a gauntlet which comes up, and we'll put these on. That hand first. You'll note Sokovi held his sleeve when he pushed his hand into the glove. That's important. And that takes this sleeve down inside so that this area of your arm is very protected with 2 layers of material. And so any bee stings here, which are more likely because this is where you're working over the hive, is minimized. The suit that he has now will protect him, but it won't stop bees becoming angry. A bee suit should never be used other than to protect you. The other important piece of equipment is a smoker. Now, a bee smoker, we will light it. It is as simply as a stainless steel barrel. It has a set of bellows on the back which pumps air through and up through the fuel inside, creating smoke. I'll light this for you. And when we are lighting a smoker, we must use good clean fuel. We mustn't use plastic. You mustn't use contaminated sacking with oil or diesel or anything like that. It must be very clean material. You can use the husks of a coconut and things like that, various other materials. These are actually potato sacks. We find they're very, very good, and they're readily available in Fiji. But there is alternatives in other fuels. If you're in remote areas, you can use coconut husks, as I said. The first step is to light this, and you get it burning very well. Don't roll it up too tightly. Get it burning very well before you actually put it in the smoker itself, so that it's got a good surface area of flame. Once that's burning correctly, burning well, we place that in the barrel. And by pumping these bellows, we can start creating smoke. Now this is the most important part of a beekeeper's equipment, because smoke controls the bees. Bees communicate by passing scents around the hive, or chemicals. Those chemical pheromones will alert the bees to danger and put them on high alert and make them very defensive. When we go into a hive and smoke it, the smoke masks their communication. They can't communicate, so they become non-defensive. They become subdued, and this is how a beekeeper controls bees. The other one piece of equipment other than that is the hive tool, and this is a spring steel tool which is used for dividing hives, manipulating frames, moving things around in the hive. So as we go further into the beekeeping sections, you will see all of this equipment being used, and that is you'll understand more of the prime uses of it and how to use it. But at this stage we're looking at the protective clothing that is required by a beekeeper. To begin with beekeeping, the parts of a hive are the materials that you will need to construct a hive, and the first piece is called the bottom board, and that's really the base board of the hive. The next is the box, and this is sometimes called a super, but most commonly called a box in Fiji. Inside this box we have 10 frames, and so we need 10 waxed frames, and this is a frame which is wired, and this is the wax foundation that is applied to it. So it's commonly, as a unit, is now called a frame or a comb. We have 10 of those, and in a normal beehive in Fiji you would need two boxes high, which would another 10 frames on top. So you have 2 boxes with 20 frames. On top of that we place the sugar feeder, or the inner cover it can be called. This acts also as an insulation for the hive. It has quite a few important roles. We can fill this with dry sugar to feed the bees, but the fact that it provides an airspace between the lid and the bees also provides insulation. And then finally we have the outer cover, which goes over the top of the box to seal it. So that constitutes a beehive, a 2-box Fiji beehive. This is the standard hive that is used right throughout Fiji.